Okay, you beautiful people, you gorgeous Chads and Chadettes and Tyrones and Taiwanishas out there. You know, on this channel, we like to look at the market, kind of let you know what's going on, and we also kind of like to do some foresight into the future and see what type of things that we can learn today that might help us to make some market decisions in the future, you know what I'm saying? And one of the best indicators of understanding the market can be markets like commodities and things like gold. Now, you're probably wondering, okay, gold, why would that play such a important role in the market? One, as we know, cash used to be backed by gold. Now it is not, backed by the gold standard anymore, but gold is necessarily a resource that people will go to when the economy is down. Now, why is this? This is because, one, gold is something physical that you can touch that holds value. So let's say the world goes to complete crap. The value of gold is something that you can have in your house, you can easily trade, and that kind of thing. It's something that always kind of holds value, and it's a physical asset that you can have. So knowing this and knowing that the price of gold commonly increasing normally means that people are trying to look for more physical, more safe type of, investments will really let us get into, a look in what the market may possibly have for us in 2023. So I want to take a look at this article that's talking about the increase in gold, see what they have to say, see what the reasonings that they believe there's going to be an increase in gold is, and everything like that. As you guys know, I've hit 500 subscribers, couldn't do it without all of you guys. So just like, comment, subscribe, and everything like that to push the content out to more people, and so we can really get those good conversations that we love over here on the channel. So I'm not going to hold you up, and let's get into it. Okay, so it says gold surges to a 6-month high, and analysts expect new records in 2023. So it's already rising, and they're expecting an even bigger rise in 2023. Now, it says London, the price of gold notched a 6-month high early on Tuesday, and analysts believe the rally has further to go in 2023. Spot gold peaked just below $1,850, per troy ounce in the early hours before easing off to trade at about $1,834 per ounce by late morning in Europe. U.S. gold futures were up 0.8%. Now, it says gold prices have been in a general incline since the beginning of November as market turbulence, rising recession expectations. Like I told you, it's a very safer investment. When the economy is doing bad, you can, what they say, you can always go safe with gold. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. So rising recession expectations and more gold purchases from central banks underpin demand. I think it's very interesting too. As you know, one of the best methods of trading, I don't do day trading anymore, but I do swing trading. And one of the best methods that I like to use is watching, obviously, how the banks are trading. If you see large companies pouring money into something, it's normally because they see value in it, as long as it's not, a pumping up penny stock. You feel me? So the point that more gold purchases are coming from central banks is something for us to consider as investors, for sure. Now, it says a quote by Ole Hansen, head of commodity strategy at Saxo Bank, said, "In general, we're looking for a price-friendly 2022, supported by recession and stock market valuation risks." People are wondering about the value that these stocks pose, so instead they're pulling out their money. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine there is an apocalypse. Would you really want to have your money in the bank where you don't even know if you're going to possibly be able to go to a bank? No, you're going to start shoving cash in your mattress as fast as you can, because you know that if anything, you can have cash, or you'll just even buy whatever items you need. If you feel like you need, a gun for self-defense, you're going to have that. If you feel like you're going to need food, you're going to have that on hand. You're not going to really want cash, or you're not going to want, to have to go to a bank for these types of things. At that point, it's better to have it on hand. And that's the same type of thought that people have in recessions. Now, it says an eventual peak in central bank rates combined with the prospect of a weaker dollar and inflation not returning to the expected sub 3% level by year end and adding all support. He says, in addition, the de-dollarization seen by several banks last year when a record amount of gold was bought looks set to continue, thereby providing a soft floor under the market. So the banks have seen that, I guess, before even the banks started buying, they started noticing that people were, making more gold purchases and things like that and going, less kind of to their bank, for investments, but instead they were trying to make these physical asset investments. And that may have been what prompted the bank to get into it. But as you guys know, banks have a large amount of research. They have entire teams. They have multi-million-dollar, if not billion-dollar budgets to simply do research on, how the market's moving. And they have access to a lot of information that the average person may have, but really won't be able to interpret and analyze. That's the thing. So once we could see that they kind of see that and they're buying gold, it's definitely a look that I would say that the market, it doesn't seem like it's going to be very good in 2023. I would say this is an indicator that maybe we should not be looking for the market to go up this year. Now, he says, looking ahead, Hansen suggested that key events for gold prices would be Wednesday's minutes from the latest U.S. Federal Reserve meeting and Friday's U.S. Open, like tennis, jobs report. Now, it says new all-time high in 2023. That'd be crazy for gold to reach an all-time high because, all of a sudden, there was the gold standard before. And I just feel like gold had a lot more value back in the day, but I could be wrong about that. I haven't looked into the price of gold over, 40, 50, 60 years. Really more than that, because as we know, gold has been being used as a commodity since commodities existed, since the word got put into a Webster dictionary and 1,000 years before Webster dictionaries were even a thing. Now, it says much of the 2023 outlook for global markets hinges on the trajectory of monetary policy as central banks ease off the aggressive interest rate hikes of the past year and amid slowing economic growth and possible recessions. Economists are divided as to whether this will culminate the rate cuts by the end of the year. However, inflation is expected to remain well above the target range in most major economies. Yeah, as you guys know, 2022 was just all out war. It was just like impending inflation coming in, the Fed trying to fight it with extremely high interest rates that completely slow down and dang near shut down our economy. But they had to try to fight that inflation in their eyes, I mean, I don't really blame them for the interest rate heights or the, point basis heights, that they've done. But I do think they went a little bit overboard and it's really made our economy quite slow. Now it says a full dovish pivot by central banks this year would likely have major implications for gold prices, according to strategists. Now it says Eric Strand, manager of some gold mining EST, said last month that 2023 will yield a new all-time high for gold and the start of a new secular bull market. I really wonder what he means by secular. When I think of secular, I think of like, you know what I'm saying? Like they say there's godly and there's secular. Secular is more like human, more like physical in a way. Please let me know what you guys think about that. The use of the word secular. Bull market with its price exceeding 2,100 per ounce, which is, that's a good bit for gold. And now central banks as a group have continued since the great financial crisis to add more and more gold to their reserves, with a new record set for the third quarter of 2022. Now it says they said that it is their opinion that the central banks will pivot on their rate hikes and become more dovish during 2023, which will ignite an explosive move for gold for years to come. We therefore believe gold will end at least 20% higher, and we also see miners outperforming gold with a factor of 2. All right, it says the bullishness. Is that supposed to be billion? I don't think so. Okay. The bullion bullishness was echoed towards the end of the last year by Jörg Kiner, managing director and chief investment officer at Swiss Asia Capital, who told CNBC last month that the current market condition mirror those of 2001 and 2008, which is really bad crashes in both of those years. So think about it. This is how we learn how to trade. You know what I'm saying? You look at the past and you think about the future. If the market is looking similar to 2021, if it's looking similar to 2028, then possibly we should be looking at how gold moved during those years. And that can kind of help us, make certain, adjustments, even ones that wouldn't have to do with gold. What type of industries were doing well during these times? If they're really, mirroring each other, which would mean that they look similarly. So we would say, what type of industries were hitting in 2001? What type of industries were smacking in 2028? Oh my God, why do I keep saying that? 2008. And then you can use that kind of on a basis line to kind of figure out how you want to navigate certain trades in 2023. Now it says in 2021, the market didn't just move 20 or 30%, it moved a lot. The same in 2008 when we actually had a smaller sell-off in the market and the stimulus coming back in, and gold went from 600 to 1800 in no time. So it seems like 2001 was not nearly as bad as it is right now, and still it was able to move what, a 300? Is that a 300% increase? Yeah, 6 times 3, 18. Yep. So think about that now. If we were able to even see remotely like that, think of, instead of getting a 300% increase, you just got like a 50% increase. You know what I'm saying? That could be a lot of money for somebody making some trades. You know what I'm saying? You go in with $20,000, you came out with $10,000 just because you knew gold was going to rise. Now, so I think we have a very good chance that we see a major move. It's not going to be just 10 or 20%. I think we're looking at a move that will really make new highs. And I know this isn't going to be one of my most popular videos. It's not about Donald Trump or FTX or Elon Musk, but I still want to help you guys with your trading and everything out here. And just like you guys are trading, I'm building up my portfolios too as well. I took a little hit, but the Forex has been keeping me in the game strong in 2022. So, I'm constantly watching the markets, and I would like to, shelve some of that off to the channel. I'm not really the type of person to really recommend stocks. I may recommend industries that are doing well and necessarily things like that. But, I just want us to all have a place where we can all speak on things like this, what's moving in the market, kind of what we're seeing, and help each other to make our own individual decisions, because as a collective group, we have gathered information that maybe you wouldn't have been able to just see by yourself. So if you guys like this type of content, you guys like this type of style of, like a family kind of trading community where, it's more so based on, long-term trading, mid-term trading, not no day trading, like stuff that's really kind of scammy, kind of impractical, I would say. It's not impractical to make a trading decision that you will hold for the next 10 years, but it's kind of impractical to tell somebody they're going to be able to make 5-10% a day. Like, it's just not practical. So if you guys enjoy this, definitely like, comment, subscribe to help the channel grow, and so I can make more videos like these for you guys. And you guys all have a great, blessed day, and maybe look into possibly getting some gold.